I got some pork leaf fat from our local butcher. There's three kinds of fat on a pig or any animal for that matter. There's the back fat, there's the belly fat, which on a pig, that's your bacon, and then there's leaf fat, the stuff that's around the organs. Leaf fat is considered the best of them for making lard because it has less of a pork flavor, so if you're making pie crust and stuff, this is what you want to use. I've got this parsley frozen to make it easier to work with. So what I'm going to do, well, I'm going to take off any of this kind of stuff, that's garbage. If you see any meat or anything that's not fat, take it off now. Doesn't matter if you don't get it all. Okay, now I'm going to cut it into smaller pieces so I can get it through my meat grinder. There's a link to the description in my blog post. From there you can print or save this recipe. Well, actually in this case it's more of a process than a recipe. But anyway, okay, too much of that silver skin, I can't seem to grind it, so I'm going to cut this up by hand. If I were to cut a little smaller and put it in the freezer for a few more hours, I might have been able to grind this, but time I get doing all that, I might just chop it up in smaller pieces. I don't know what happened to my camera that I'm getting this crappy picture quality, but I can't redo all this, so I guess we're going to have to live with it. This is the silver skin that was causing me grief in my grinder. I probably didn't get it all. It doesn't matter. I probably didn't need to take any of it out. Okay, I'm not going to be able to get all this into my slow cooker, so I'll have to make a decision. Do it in a 3-gallon pot on the stove or do 2-3 batches. It's too late right now to start rendering, so I'm going to put this in the fridge and start tomorrow. Good morning. As I said yesterday, there's no way my slow cooker can hold all this fat. I was either going to have to do 2 batches in the slow cooker or 1 batch in this 3-gallon pot on the stovetop. I'm going to try the stovetop. Hopefully I won't screw up. Okay, first I'm going to put a half a cup of water, quarter cup of water, sorry, in here just to keep it from burning when I get until it gets going. And then I'll dump this in. That's a lot of fat. Since I was using the stove instead of a slow cooker, I wasn't sure what setting to put my stove at, so I had to do some experimenting. Turns out on my stove, somewhere around the 9 o'clock position seems to be ideal. Gonna have to stir it every once in a while, approximately every half an hour or so. Stir it outside in and bottom to top. We're getting closer. Not done yet, but at least we're on the right track. Looking good, actually. And it's turning white in here where I've been putting my spoon. This is getting really close. Turn a kind of a brownish color, which is what we want. But there's still a lot of lard in that fat, so we're going to let it simmer some more. From what I understand, those bubbles mean that there's still water in the fat and is being evaporated. We don't want any water whatsoever in our lard because it'd turn it rancid. So we'll just keep going and hopefully the bubbles stop. Okay, this stuff is supposed to be kind of a yellowish color when it's hot. You see, it's not, it's clear. Still, another indication it's not quite done. But we'll keep stirring it. Make sure we don't burn it. You don't want to undercook it, under-render it either. It seems to be done. The crack brings it right into the frying pan. if it'll hold them all. Scooping the cracklings directly into a frying pan turned out to be a pretty bad idea. There's no way I can crisp all them up at once. So what I should have done is strained them and processed them later. Drain this. Okay, that got into the garbage without making a mess. I was going to put them in plastic containers, but I'm going to use jars instead. See a little speck of dirt. Probably right. About 3/4 inch of head space. I can't find any information, real information, how much to put in there, so I'll go with that. Okay, same as in canning, we're going to wipe down the rim of the jar and the lid with vinegar so that we make sure we get a good seal. Okay, we'll let them cool. Okay, they're nice and white, peeled, except for this one. I might not like it down properly, but it looks good. Don't smell any porky flavor or taste any porky flavor. That's all good. These are supposedly good for like pretty much forever. When they're sealed like this, even to take them downstairs and put them in it was darker. But I'm going to freeze some, just being a safe side. We'll label them and see how long they actually last. Okay, let's see how much a pint weighs. Jar with the lid on. Zero it. Oops, I turned it off instead. Okay, so I zeroed it. Okay, 11.9 ounces, so 3/4 of a pound. How many? 337 grams. These are actually 500 milliliter jars, not pints, but they're, for all intents and purposes, the same thing. That makes 1.06 pints. I'm happy how this turned out. I could have maybe rented a little longer or got another pint, but I was afraid of burning the cracklings and ruining the lard. As it is, I got nice white lard, no smell. It should make good pie crusts. Now I just got to learn how to make pies. Please like, subscribe, and share this video. Thank you.